real men, guys. Like the men who buy flowers, the men who can build it, the men who want to pay for it, the men who give you unconditional love and spoil you. Do these men exist? I'm gonna manifest one.
I love how women are saying, like, I'm not gonna date men, I'm not gonna marry men. And I'm sure all the men are like, yay, you're not gonna get half of my property and half my assets, and I'm not gonna have to pay towards children that I helped conceive, even though you cheated and left. Oh no, you don't wanna marry me and take all my stuff? Oh no.
Women can do anything a man can do.
Fucking rights, bud. He's got a job. Are you willing to get a job and then come home at the end of the day and parent the kids together like a team?
What? What did you just say? You want me to work and do labor?
Yeah, I mean, even stay-at-home moms where the dads are working, they come home and contribute to the household.
I'm sorry, you want me to be a slave?
All day, every day, therapist, mother made it, then a virgin.
Nasty bitch.
Bring back the men who used to walk up fire escapes for women. Bring back the men who used to stand outside a girl's window with a boombox, singing love songs to her.
And can we please bring back the men that are on bending knee outside singing in your window?
Can we please bring back men offering to buy you a drink at a bar? Like, as a grown man, why are you sitting here talking to me for 5-6 minutes and you have not said, like, oh, hey, what are you drinking?
We need to bring back men who simp and men who yearn. Like, my dad, every time I'm home, my dad is the OG simp and yearner for my mother, and honestly for his daughters. He does everything for us.
What happened to the men that used to love to send flowers just because? Take you out on a date, or matter of fact, call you and be like, get ready now, I'm gonna give you like an hour.
Bring back the men who will not allow rejection to keep them from the woman of their dreams. Bring back the men who will see a beautiful woman sitting at the bar by herself and then go over there and talk to her or send a drink over to her.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Did people stop drinking milk? Because why is every single man short? Like, I swear I'm not that tall. Every time I get measured, it's 5'8", but I'm now thinking maybe 5'9". I don't know, I'm like being gaslit on my own height.
Did people stop working out? Because why is every single woman fat? Like, I swear I'm not that fit. Like, every time I get measured, I'm 170, but now I'm thinking 180. I don't know, I'm being like gaslit on my own weight. Can't even do it.
Go on, do it. Go side. Go on, do it.
They don't care that she's your worst nightmare, baby. They don't care what she's done to you. Please don't. Go on, do it. Go side. Go on, do it.
Fellas, she by herself.
And she really is fine.
Hold on, but here's the thing. All the fellas here, they with a girl. I don't know why single niggas don't come here.
Are there no single men in this room? Maybe you're here with your sister?
Single fellas, raise your hands. Make some noise. Hey, single men, stand up.
Single men, make some noise.
Single men, stand up.
He got 2 hands up.
Hey,
all 2 of y'all.
Somebody was here with their sister.
Hey, Dimitri.
Oh, we see some in the back. We see him in the back.
Hey, Dimitri.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
I told my husband when I meet somebody for the first time, my first thought is, I wonder what they do for a living. I asked him, what does he wonder when he meets somebody? And he said when he specifically meets other men, he wonders if he could beat them up in a fight or not.
This actually makes a ton of sense because women are concerned about socioeconomic status because they want to make sure that they can feed themselves and their babies, whereas men have to be concerned on protecting themselves and their family from the other surrounding men. So I need to know, is this what you guys usually do think when you first meet another man? Do you think, can I beat him up?
If you want to be a part of my life, you're gonna have to prove it to me now. Nobody get the free pass anymore. You want my trust? Earn it. You want my respect? Earn it. You want my love and time and energy? Earn it. Nobody gets to ride this ride for free anymore. So congratulations to every single one of you who got their ticket and then decided to rip up the ticket.
You know what also Instagram has brought on is like, we don't have yearners no more. There's no men that yearn or like have to work to get women's attention, because like, what are we leaving to the imagination? Nothing. Like, the only thing you can do now is sell. That's it. Because you done seen everything. You done put it out for free. And there is like an art of making them work hard to get you. Because let me tell you, when you work hard for something, you appreciate it. It's like you think twice before losing it.
Oh, good. Another parade that I get to rain on. Now, watching this, I got the distinct impression that this was meant to be funny. Something that women could bond over in their mutual disdain of men by calling them trash to a catchy little tune. What's wrong with some individuals out there? I mean, they are fully aware, I hope, that they're referring to all men. They didn't distinguish who they were talking about. So these women, who likely have fathers or brothers and possibly even sons, are calling even those men in their lives trash because they don't like the actions of some men. So naturally, all the rest of them have to be trash. But here's something I don't think they thought about. If all men are in fact trash, what does that make the women who actually love those men, who care for them, who support them? They're not being very supportive of other women and their choices, are they? Oh dear, that is unfortunate.
I figure if anyone's gonna have the answer, it's gonna be TikTok. So clearly, us women have been looking in the wrong places. And we would love to know, myself and all my single girlfriends, where are all the single men between the ages of 35 and 45 who are also seeking a relationship? Where are y'all hanging out? Like, we would love to know. You know, like, do we need to start going to Home Depot more? Taking some golf lessons? Like, where are you?
He's the first call when the engine's smoking, TV's broken, grass needs mowing. You can count on him when the ground starts shaking, world needs saving, all hell's breaking loose. He's the one I'm running to. Oh, Mr. Fix-It, he went and did it, picked these pieces up like glass, made it look easy, he thinks he needs me, he's got...
Man, I get money for my nails? Yeah, of course. I got money. Yeah, of course, here you go, babe. And then my friend's nails, too. Ah, money for your friend's nails, too. How many of you are going? There's 3 of us. All right, yeah. I got enough money for you guys. Wait, you can't forget about lunch. About lunch? Silly me for the 3 of you guys, right? All right, I got it. And then me and my girls are going shopping spree. How can I forget the shopping spree?
The sad reality is when a woman does find a man that's pretty much like this and he gives everything that he possibly can, she doesn't end up respecting him. She'll end up draining him and then she leaves him for somebody else that gives her so much less. And unfortunately, when these men are constantly showing up with consistency, she takes them for granted. The thing is, a woman that truly loves you will want you to be financially stable and spend your money wisely. Like, yeah, she'll enjoy a treat from you here and there. Maybe if you offer to pay for her nails or take her to lunch or whatever, but she won't expect you to pay for her friends too. And she'll want to make sure that you're heading towards your financial goals, whether that's investing or saving. She won't just sit there and take from you. And it's so sad because the sweet guys out there who are like this end up getting hurt the most.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they be talking about where the good men are, but they be running the man off. Every man that try to show you some love, Every dude that showed up and did the right thing, try to just be a genuine friend to you, you ran that man off. Every one of the guys, all the good dudes, found something wrong with him. Oh, he not like this, or he not like that. Oh, he just too available. Oh man, he just too nice. Always something to run the man off, to say the man ain't what you need, ain't what you want. And now you're surrounded by men that don't give a crap about you. And now you're surrounded by men that are just bringing you into the fold for one night, using you and sending you back out into the street. But that's a problem you created.
I've seen all these videos of women asking, where are the good men? Men are broken. They're traumatized. Good men have been beaten down. They've been in unhealthy relationships where they've been controlled and emasculated to believe that they're nothing. Good men are terrified to get into another relationship because of the trauma they dealt with in their past relationship. The good men are dealing with court cases, trying to clear their name from a woman who has done nothing but spew false allegations to continue to put that man into a dark, dark hole.
But where are all the good men at? That's what women post online when accountability walks into the room, but they sprint for the exit. Bad behavior isn't remote controlled, it's chosen, and blaming someone else is how she stays a permanent victim. If influence forced behavior, nobody would fail, nobody would implode, nobody would torch their own life, but she will, repeatedly. Responsibility feels heavier than consequences, so villains get invented. And men are the perfect villains because they have leverage and power. They have resources. They're easy to point at when your own decisions look terrible. Women who can't own their choices don't want truth. They want a scapegoat. And if you need someone else to blame, you already forfeited authority over your own life.
I'm about to walk down the aisle. If he's crying, there's a chance I get the ick. But if he's not crying, I'm gonna be like, why aren't you crying? It's the happiest day of your life.
It's not uncommon for a woman to experience competing icks. In economics, we call this a conflict. A conflict occurs when you demonstrate that you are affected by a situation, but also you are icky if you do not do something to demonstrate that you are affected by the same situation. In this case, a man and a woman are to be wed, and if he does not cry, then that is not strong enough of a display of emotion, and if he does cry, then that is too sensitive to the very same emotion. This man has worked his entire life to have something to offer this woman for her hand in marriage, and there are only two choices, and both of them are icks. There you go. In the case of such a conflict, the woman should be considered unsalvageable as long as both of the icks are degree 4 or worse. For example, if you take her camping and you cannot build your tent, but you also do not want to sleep outside because of icky bugs, it's okay for her to not like that. But in this case, I would place crying and not crying as being here and here. Unsalvageable. Do not marry.
I'm so tired of being independent and strong. I'm stressed. My cat has a UTI, and I just miss having a partner who I can call, whose shoulder I can cry on, who can tell me everything's gonna be fine.
I caught a flat tire. I'm by myself. Let me show you. I tried taping it. Tried putting super glue on it. It didn't work. And I didn't cry because I got a flat tire. I cried because I have a flat tire. All these men around me at the gas station see me literally super gluing my tire together. Nobody stopped to help.
Breaking news. I am now accepting applications for a man.
Bring back yearning. Bring back yearning. Why aren't we yearning? Why aren't the men yearning?
Oh, darling, we men are yearning. Yearning for a little peace and quiet from all you ladies who told us to just go away and leave you alone. All you ladies who are now upset that we listened to you and did just that. We're yearning for y'all to stop talking out of both sides of your mouth and to grow up and go be the strong, independent boss who don't need no man y'all claim to be. We're yearning for you to just leave us the fuck alone already and stop bothering us. So, how about y'all do that so we can all go enjoy our lives without your petty, childish, silly little games already? Okay?
You're a woman that was with a man for 6 or 7 years, and you gave him the highest honor a woman can give any man on the planet. You gave him children. You gave him not only one, you gave him 2. And yet you did not require him to even bestow the title of a wife upon you. So you go back out into the market, older, with 2 children, and you expect someone in that market to accept you older and bestow the title of wife upon you? That's how men look at it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. And then being in LA, one of the most competitive markets for women in the world. Competition is stiff out there. You want men not to be men. You want men to think like women. That's not what we value, ma'am. We want a beautiful woman on our arm.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Well, no, you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
Yes, you're the problem because I'm telling you what men want. You've experienced what men want, and you got a problem with it. That's your problem. We're not going to change. You're either going to get on board with it, or you will alone.
All right, I don't know how I got here, but I am now on the princess treatment side of TikTok, where all these men are saying, like, your girl shouldn't work at all, she should never have to pay a bill, there's no such thing as 50-50, and I treat my woman with gifts every day and pay all of her bills. The only thing she should have to worry about is looking pretty, getting her nails done. And where are these men? Because they don't exist where I live, and where do I sign up? I need one of those men, because that is literally what I deserve in life. So if anybody knows where to find these men, leave it in the comments, because I need to know.
Women will always regret losing a good man. Now, I'm not even bullshitting you here. This is not clickbait. This is the full truth. I've seen it many times. If you protected her, you took care of her, those are 2 things that a lot of men cannot do. I'm gonna be honest. It's very hard to find a man like you, and she'll realize that, trust me, pinky promise. I don't care if you made mistakes or you had flaws. If you were there, then you were there. Think about how many guys would leave her after the first sign of discomfort. You didn't. And if you did, she has to think about all those other times that you stayed with her. So then she really up. One-on-one coaching in my bio.
We have reached a point in our society where the only thing men are good for is reading.
Beg pardon?
They do not cook, they do not clean, they barely work.
Well, I mean, we could say the same about a lot of women, but some would call that sexist. But as long as it's against men, apparently that's just fine.
And just recently we have all realized, I mean, I knew it from the jump, but now we all have seen that men don't even know how to make friends with their own gender, let alone with the opposite.
Who knows what it's called when someone uses their own personal experiences based on a few individuals that they know to then generalize an entire population. Who knows the answer to that?
We as women can pay our own bills, we have our own jobs, we have our own skills, we are highly educated.
Well, based on a lot of things that I see every day, on that last part, for some, I'm going to choose to remain dubious.
The only thing that men can do, for me as a woman at least, is give me a child.
I would like to point out that there have been conversations by men about women on this very same subject, and those are considered to be unacceptable. However, there are those that support this type of dialogue when it's about men. You should really do some self-reflection if you're one of those.
I think women should be treated like goddesses.
And why are you showing me this clip, human known as Black Spider Guy advice?
I think if men want access to women, there shouldn't be like a I give you money.
I showed you that clip because I need your help, Isaac. And why the would I help a lowly Negro such as yourself? Aren't you supposed to be a hero of logic? Why not use your power of common sense to defeat these so-called feminists?
And you fold my laundry. You give me money and I give you the time of day at all. That's the way that I see it.
My world plagued with this virus. ideology. It's corrupted them. It's created more division than our world can handle. I need to apologize.
Would you ever buy dinner for a man? No.
Interesting. If I were to erase this ideology from the minds of all people on Earth, let's speak on what you will owe me in return.
You know, a lot of these situations, and this is kind of the part that a lot of people in general don't want to hear, modern women really don't want to hear, is that men didn't check out just to be checking out. A lot of times, and even till today, men are being pushed out. There's a difference between that. Men are being told you're the problem for 10, 15, 20 years straight. And then when a man says, okay, if I'm the problem, I'll just remove myself. And then people get confused when a man leaves. They get confused when a man says, man, you know, if I'm the problem, if I'm actually the problem, I'm gonna move around. Society, whatever agenda's going on, has made it impossible for a man to win. A man can't say anything. He can't go anywhere. Can't do nothing. And then you wonder why men stop playing. You wonder why men stop showing up. That's why. Y'all are acting like men are out here abandoning society just because they want to, when it's really the other way around. Nobody is giving men any grace or any leeway. They're just telling them suck it up and continue to work.
Normalize not answering questions when they're stupid.
Or you can stop and consider why the person might be asking the question and then just answer it. Hurts nobody.
And he texted me today and said, can I ask you a question? I said, no, I'm not sure if McDonald's is hiring.
Isn't that the whole point of dating apps, is to ask questions? So now there's stupid questions and then okay questions. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know what's an acceptable question for you. That's why he's asking you questions. Anyways, go on.
He said, what? You said you were looking to become a wife. I was wondering, what do you have to offer to a man? I said, triangle. How much do you make a year?
You're looking to be a wife and you're not taking these questions seriously? How are you supposed to become a wife if you're not taking dating seriously? This is not you being serious. And then you turn around and ask him something like that? He was just asking what you bring to a relationship. Who cares? I do realize the men that don't ask that are thinking it, right? So either way, either it's going to be asked directly or he's thinking it. And heck, when he asks directly, that gives you a chance to answer however you feel comfortable with. It gives you the chance to bring up things that you offer to the relationship and maybe he wouldn't be able to see very early on, which could give you some brownie points if he ends up being a great fit for you. I don't understand what the problem with that question is. And his response to her was beautiful. He's like, ma'am, call me when you're serious. Perfect.
20 dicks later, and I still can't get him off my mind.
Hello and welcome to a National Geographic special, the Alpha Female edition. Let us watch in Alpha Female in her natural habitat. And remember, Don't Simp Alpha Venom is watching with his chainsaw.
Like, I don't understand, what more do I have to do?
What we have here is Dicus drenus, a mammal with the ability to drain as many balls as humanly possible. They do this in hopes of trying to forget the sins of their wicked past, yet not realizing through their own draining of the human male balls, they are causing more trauma and therefore more wicked sins they are trying to escape from.
How many more people gotta get cracked? Like,
notice how the Dicus drenus does not think about therapy, a word they use frequently against their foe, the logical male, to try and down his common sense screech. These animals are quite majestic, aren't they?
Women leave marriages 8 out of 10 times. So whenever there's a divorce, it's the chick leaving the dude. Why do they do it? Because they can. They're motivated contractually in family law to benefit, to break the union. If you married a guy that's competent and making money, even if he's a dork, if he's a total beta, if he's making $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year, making bank, and she's not happy in the marriage and she can take half his and she's also paid handsomely monthly, and she's also got child support if they got kids together. Very, very well looked after women, in fact. You go to the gym and you see them there during the day in their 40s, and they show up in a Range Rover, they got all the work done, but they're old. Guys don't look at them the same way that they look at a chick that's 20 years younger. They just don't. you're never going to get away from that. So it's somewhat of a delusion. Some of them do get upgrades. You know, some of them leave like a total loser, or maybe they were the breadwinner and, you know, it cost them some money to get out of the marriage. But for the most part, that's how it rolls.
I genuinely believe that you're sincere in asking me where I've tried to meet men before deciding to use a matchmaking service. My congregation is suburban and full of families. The gym, I go to the gym, I work out, I go home. I do not interact with any men that I see there because, again, it's also quite suburban, and I'm going to assume a lot of them are married. The store, what store? I'm not walking up to any strange man in a store. I don't care how good looking he is. My dog agrees. Anyway, I hope that I'm going to have a good result with the matchmaker, and smash that follow button if you want to hear how it goes.
Today I deleted the dating apps because I matched with a man whose first message to me was, "I bet your day just got a lot better because we matched."
So can someone make it make sense? Because women have literally been begging men to come to the table more confident, have more wit, have more charismatic and charm. And when they do, they still get dragged. So you mean to tell me when he says, "Hello, how are you?" that's too boring. But when he hits you with some kind of cute banter, you don't even want to joke back, and you think that he's part of the problem because you lack a sense of humor? Make it make sense. Like, what is it that y'all want? Do you even know at this point? Because if he's too funny, that's weird and you're going to immediately block him. But if he just says, "Hey, how are you?" then that's boring and not enough effort. So you're still not going to carry out a conversation. Like, that's confusing as. And imagine being so self-absorbed and so self-centered and so entitled that you think that a man that doesn't even know you, you are like automatically entitled to his time, his effort, and his energy. Even though y'all are on the same exact dating app, so why not match that energy and give him the same banter back? Or is it because you lack a sense of humor? Like, which one is it? Y'all want men to make the first move, but then when he does, it's still not good enough. But if he does nothing, then he's a low effort, low value man. And let's just call it what it is. You didn't find him attractive enough, which is why you didn't continue the conversation, and you're just using dating apps for validation and more attention to feed your ego, your pride, and to make you feel good about yourself, even though you have zero intention of actually dating men that you're matching with in the first place. Okay, bye.
Can somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone. Where are all of the chivalrous men? Where are they? Because I just went into Circle K with a stroller, right? And there was nobody around except for the guy at the counter. And he's just staring at me as I'm struggling trying to get through the entrance. Struggling. Because there's no like handicapped, you know, push button where it opens. And I'm just like trying to get the stroller in there. And he's just staring at me. And then to top it off, another man walks in as I'm walking out of Circle K, watches me struggle again getting out of Circle K as I'm opening the door and trying to push the stroller through. What is going on? Where have all the good men gone? Where? Why? I just don't understand. There's no like kindness anymore. Where has all the kindness gone? I don't know what to say. You guys have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. Bye!
So Gen Z isn't having any and apparently this is like a really big question for the culture as to why it's not happening. And my question is like, do any of you guys have like, friends? Like, have any of you guys sat down with a woman recently? Because I don't think I've had any casual conversation about dating with anyone my age with a woman, without her just like completely lamenting the dating prospects. Talking about how awful these men are. None of them are making any moves. When they do make a move, they want to take you on a date by like driving you around. They're completely addicted to pornography and want to reenact that with you. I put a lot of the blame on dating apps because I do think there's something about streamlining the dating process that made dating simultaneously seem more accessible, but actually completely inaccessible because everyone is under the assumption that they just have like limitless options. There's always another fish in the sea. You can always go after another person. And men, on some level, are definitely trained to believe that, like, the more women that they have with and the more women that they have that are romantically interested around them, like, that kind of, like, bolsters their reputation. So men have, like, a vested interest in trying to, like, maximize the amount of women that they have access to, which is obviously a huge turnoff if you are the woman who is interested in a man, if he's just, like, interested only in building a roster, basically. Basically, like, there's just a growing divide between men and women. I think porn is to blame and dating apps are to blame.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they think they're slick. And so they think they're running game on men. They're getting what they want and they're moving on. But a lot of times men they already know the game. They already know what you're doing. And so now you're getting pumped and dumped. Okay, oh, you want $500? I remember a comedian. He was actually, I think, Trip on, I think, Tonight's Conversation. You know, he's got a lot of good things to say. He said something to the fact of the effect of man. If a man likes you, he'll spend the money. So, you know, you gauging his love for you based on the money they spend. Some of these brothers out here got it and they'll spend it. Pump and dump. Yeah, man, I paid $500. Oh, you a simp, whatever. I paid $500. I'm $500 lighter and you a body heavier. You got another body. And men have been doing this to you over and over again and sending you back out to the street. And so whereas maybe you did it once or twice, and instead of leaving that experience in the past, never to be spoken of anymore, you decided you was going to do it again. You decided that steak dinner was worth it and you was going to do it again. And now you got 6 bodies. And then you got 10. And then you got 15. Honestly, at that point in time, you might as well go ahead and start your full-blown business. Because you're already out there on the street. I mean, you might not be out on the street, but that's essentially what you're doing.
Okay, ladies, it appears we have a problem. The 50-year-old men have gone missing. So I posted this TikTok about women who really wanted a long-term relationship. And I felt that like 50-year-old men, specifically with grandchildren, were the way to go because they were just like, they had a new lease on love and they had like gratitude, blah, blah, blah. So this comment comes in, right? She's like, it's rare, though I see mostly 40s or 60s, hardly any in their 50s. So of course I had to go back and check to see if she was right. Oh my God. I went back, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Like, she's right. The 50-year-old men are missing. So like, what's the sitch with you guys, right? Like, where do you go? Like, what do you 50-year-old men call each other and like, hey, you know what? Yeah, no, we're not going to do the dating apps now. It's not for us. Like, how does that even work? So what if we play a little game? All of the 50-year-old men who aren't on the dating apps, why don't you post yourselves on this TikTok for all of us 50 and up single women so all of us women looking can finally find you? I mean, I think it's only fair, right? And I'm hopeful that we'll get a lot of different men from a lot of different places, states, whatever. But most importantly, we need the New York pics because this girl is a Long Islander, okay? So guys, don't disappoint.
I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce. I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing that I was going to ask for a divorce. We sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? Therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. You know, it's hard for me to like say the words. I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that.
Like, some of you don't understand and gonna learn that a man don't play no games. Once you go ahead and say you want something, you better be sure, bitch, because a real man is not going to deal with you. You gotta go. You want to leave? Deuces, thank you, freedom. And I can go some other hoes now. Like, yeah, for real. And then get a woman that actually know what the f she want and know how to stay where the f she at. Y'all gonna learn. And now she by herself and she's miserable too. Her ass acting like, hey, it's so easy out there when you take yourself back to them streets and you're older and more used up. around and find out. You're welcome. It's Knuckles. Facts over feelings. Link in the bio for the podcast.
Where in the world do the most chivalrous men reside? Here in Australia, anyone who's friends with me knows that I have a vendetta against Australian men. The level of manners and just general care towards women is so low. Here's an example. The other day I was on the tram and I was with River, my 3-year-old. And I had 2 big bags with me. I got on the tram and there were only single seats left. So I said to River, sit on that seat and I'm just gonna stand next to you. And he was like, no, because he's very shy. So he didn't want to sit next to a stranger. So we went back and forth a few times. And then a guy a few seats behind me said, oh yeah, take my seat and then I'll sit there and then you guys can sit together. Oh, thanks, that's so nice. So I didn't really think much of it. And then the woman sitting across from me was like, oh my God, we have a gentleman on the tram. I was like, yeah, we do actually. She's like, no, like we actually have a gentleman. I was like, yes, honey, you are so right. Like the bar is low. The fact that we are so surprised by this really small minor act of chivalry is crazy. I need to know where in the world, I mean, I feel like European men are just top tier. So what about American men? Are they like as bad as Australian men? I haven't been to America for a while. And do you know what? The last time I was in America, I don't think I really cared about this type of thing as much as I do now. Ever since I had a baby, I'm like, I can do something that you will never be able to do and you'll never be able to match. So yes, you will open a door for me. And yes, you will be polite and chivalrous and worship women because we are a jewel to be adorned, right? Where are these men?
Duh, of course my video went viral where I said that men only approach relationships with women affectionately and they don't approach us in a romantic way. Women are combating that with also approaching men affectionately and being like, well, if you're not paying for things, I don't want to deal with it. If you have any sort of pushback on this or you don't agree with what I'm saying, I want you to think about this. Think about the most successful women you know in your real life or well-known women. They either don't have a man or they married someone or they keep a man around as a business decision. The most powerful, successful, healthy, happiest women. Men do this too. Men only date women that they know they can gain something from. I would like to argue that it's almost more detrimental, obviously, for women to be dating someone that can benefit them in some way because there's no in-between. If you're dating a man, they're either going to make your life miserable or they're going to make your life better. There's no in-between on that. So yes, it is very detrimental for women to at least gain something from dating a man, because at the end of the day, feelings are fleeting. Love and men can change their minds at the drop of a hat, the same way that their mood can change at the drop of a hat, and they can also just all of a sudden become and like there's the risks for women to be in relationships with men. The risk is higher than the reward at this point. So of course we're asking for compensation. Of course we're asking at the very least for you to have money and stability, because financial stability, in my opinion, and in smart people's opinions, financial stability is more important than love. Love is fleeting. That is just life. And the smartest, most successful women know this. And that's why they marry as a business decision and not just because of love. Love is not an important enough reason to date or marry a man. It just isn't, and it never will be.
Tell me why it's so hard to find decent people in this world. Guy, girl, whatever. I mean, decent friends, decent significant others. Nobody's genuine anymore. Nobody seems to be like a good person anymore. And nothing happens to me. I'm just noticing that there's a lot of people that have put covers on and they're like, oh, hey, I'm such a good person, da-da-da-da. And then you get to know them and you're like, you're really not a good person. Like, you're really, like, that's messed up, this and that. But I don't know. It amazes me how ridiculous people are. And nobody wants to try. Nobody cares to be a good person at all anymore. And there's days where I sit there and I'm like, thank God I'm single. Thank God I'm not dealing with this nonsense. And then I turn around and there's other days I'm like, where did all the decent people go? Like, it's just, I don't understand why
There are so many bad people in this world, or people that you thought were decent people are actually like jerks. And it's amazing how ridiculous everybody is, and nobody cares to even try. Like, you can't get somebody to go on a decent date with anybody. And it's not the fact that girls are expecting guys to pay. It's girls are expecting to pay now because of the way that guys are. But what happened to the biblical sense of the guy trying to court the girl and woo them and all of that? Like, why are we so difficult and so rude about things now? It's just, the whole thing just amazes me. People are ridiculous and disrespectful now, and I don't understand. And thank God nothing happened to me at this point, but I'm just so like over trying to meet people and trying to even be friends with people. It's just, we're all ghosting each other, lying to each other. Oh, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for that. Like, I know I don't have a lot of time, but if I want to make things work, I will, and I will make it so you were a part of my life and you were a part of the time that I have. I don't know. I don't know. People are just ridiculous.
So my advice to the young black women out there, be very selective about who you take advice from. Because remember, Leslie Jones is the same woman that's giving you advice right now, but she also said this.
You're in your masculine area. Well, why don't you get in yours? I'm sick of men telling me, oh, well, you know, you hardcore. Yes, I am. What you bringing to the table? I am the table.
There's something about, I think white men find them to be hilarious.
Hilarious.
And
That's why they put them in movies.
White women find them to be liberating, because black women are like, talk to the hand and all that.
Like, oh yeah.
And white women go, that's right, go get him, Bertha. That's right.
Bertha.
Because black women will walk in a room and they're having a meeting, like the bosses. Excuse me. Excuse me, bosses.
Yeah.
But somebody got my stapler. I know the bosses are having a party in here. And then he'd be like, hey Bertha, they trying to make us work this Saturday. What? Ain't nobody working on no mother Saturday. You tell them, Bertha, get us off on Saturday. It says here in the bylaws,
oh shit,
section 12, code 62, I ain't working on no mother weekend unless I get double time. Double time.
Yes, I am. Can you handle it? Oh, well, I am the table.
And
That's white
women find them to be liberating.
Can you handle it?
And white women go, that's right, go get him, Bertha.
Can you handle it?
Message.
Marcus Bird.
I'm going to give you ladies the top 2 reasons why a man leaves you once he gets some money, so we can clear up any conundrum moving forward. And hopefully this can save your relationship moving forward. Number 1, he did not like the way that you treated him before he was successful. If there was ever a time that you emasculated him for his financial lack, trust me, he registered that in his heart. See, women have a propensity to speak out and talk up about the discomforts in the relationship. Men don't necessarily speak out about everything that makes us uncomfortable and everything that you did that we didn't like. So all the things that you did when he didn't have anything, he remembered. He housed those feelings. And as soon as he got some money, he evicted you. Because you're looking at it like you're successful because of me. But he's looking at it like I'm successful in spite of you. You were an impediment to his success. So be careful how you treat him when you think he has nothing. Be careful how you treat him when he makes a mistake. Be careful how you treat him when his first, second, third, or fourth attempt fails. Because he remembers that. And it's going to come back to bite you in that. Number 2, if you establish yourself in a man's life before he became successful, then you have a skewed viewpoint
of who he is. So him having money don't really change nothing because you already love him. And that's where you made a mistake at. It does change something. Matter of fact, it changed everything. But you are still holding on to the version of him that needed to borrow your car. You still view him as the guy who couldn't afford to pay his cell phone bill. You still remember all his mistakes. Therefore, you're treating him like that. He became a different version of himself. You tried to keep it the same. So as soon as he meet the new chick, the level of respect is through the roof. The level of adoration is through the roof. The level of cooperation and capitulation is through the roof. That feeling is addictive. So he can go over here and get treated like a king, or he can stay right here where he's still being treated like a common man because you hoard all of the memories of who he was before he became successful, but he is no longer that person. You cannot treat that man the same. You can't talk to him the way you used to talk to him. You can't even him the way you used to him. It's got to be different. The love got to be different and the respect got to be different, but you're trying to maintain that same baseline level that y'all have always had because you've been with him so long. But it don't work like that when a man gets money. Once he got money, he saw himself differently. He's a different version of himself. So he's going to choose the woman that's conducive to the different version of himself. So if you don't begin to adjust your attitude, adjust your patience, adjust the way you communicate with him, he going to leave you quicker than you can put your shoes on or go to a Pilates class.
You hear a lot of modern women say, where are all the men who yearn? Why don't we have men begging anymore? That's because it's not worth it to do it. You used to have men that auditioned, men that tried to do the right thing, try to improve themselves, or prove themselves to you, try to improve themselves for you. Okay, she wants me to engage a little bit more. Let me try to see if I can do that. Jumping through all these hoops, taking you here, taking you there, trying to do this for you, trying to show you a good time. A lot of these modern women didn't appreciate it. And so now the man moves on and the woman's like, oh man, what do I do now? Well, you go and apologize to that man. As a matter of fact, how about you start by giving him his money back? You're not going to do that. But how about an apology? Hey, I'm sorry I did you like that. You a good guy. Are you still willing to take me out to eat? A lot of times, modern women, and we've seen it, modern women will wait years after they've been pumped and dumped to do that. Literal years. Instead of, let's say, 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months, maybe I'm not really dating anybody. Maybe I went on a date with maybe one person or so. But then, I really didn't like that guy. I don't know what I was doing. Man, I was messing around. But a lot of times, modern women get to the point to where they get to this stage and they come back to a man with kids. They come back to a man when they got multiple baby daddies. And the man is like, I'm not taking on that. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I tried to be with you a little while ago. I tried to do things for you a little while ago. And if you'd have come to me maybe a couple months, maybe even 6 months after that, I would have been open to entertaining it because I know people need to have time to, really check somebody out. But you were playing games, and I don't like people that play games.